Welcome everyone to my rules review snippet series where I take a rulebook and I cover a small section of that rulebook in roughly 5 minutes or less. Today I'm going to be covering Combat Inquire of Flesh by Black Oath Entertainment. So combat will begin on a 5x5 combat grid, and that grid can have up to 5 unique terrain features. You'll roll on a D10 table to determine what features are on the grids, and those features can range from things like corrosive pools, grasping tendrils, cursed idols, soul echoes, and more. And each one will have some type of obstacle. You might need to roll a check to determine if you can pass, if you're restrained, things of that nature, but it makes combat a little more unique and engaging. For initiative, as a reminder, you as a player character will be rolling initiative each round, and that will be looked at against the creature's static initiative. So again, reminder, creatures never roll, the PC rolls everything. In addition, if you roll a natural 1 on initiative, you lose that turn. If you roll a natural 20, then you'll get advantage on your first check of that round of combat. There are 4 different types of actions in Inquire of Flesh. You'll have a free action, and that's going to be something like dropping a weapon, something that's really simple and easy to do. You'll have a move action, a standard action, and a reaction. A reaction is the only action type that occurs outside of your turn. So as the name implies, you're essentially reacting to something that a creature is doing. And a reaction is going to be something like using your vigor, which I'll talk about at the end of this presentation. Action types. There are many different action types. So there's a lot of variety in Inquire of Flesh combat. You can charge, create an opening, disarm, grapple, push, trip, wide swing, which could allow you to affect or to hit more than one enemy. You can use a supernatural ability should you have one. You can disengage, or you can use an item. For attacking, so when you're rolling for an attack, you're going to be rolling against the enemy's defense rating. If your roll, including any modifiers, is equal to or greater than the creature's defense rating, then you are going to inflict a major injury. So if that roll is less than the defense rating, but by 3 points or less, you're going to incur or inflict a minor injury. So think of that like a major injury. Your sword, if you're using a sword, finds its mark and solidly. Maybe a minor injury, it's more of a scratch, so you didn't quite get everything behind it, but you still did some damage. And then if your attack roll is less than the defense rating by more than 3 points, then that won't inflict any injury. All right, defending. Again, you're rolling a defense, or you're rolling to defend when a creature is attacking you. So it's similar, but basically the inverse. So if your roll is less than or equal to the attack rating of that creature, then they will inflict a major injury on you. So again, think about it, you're trying to roll above, and if you roll less than or equal to using your defense rating, less than or equal to their attack rating, you're going to have a major injury. But if you're rolling and it's less than the attack rating by 3 points or less, you'll only get a minor injury. And then again, if you roll and it's less than the attack rating by more than 3 points, then, if you roll and it's above the attack rating, then you won't incur anything. Injury consequences. So there are injury consequences for attrition for minor injury. When you incur or when you inflict a minor injury, then it will add attrition to basically the player character or the creature that had that minor injury inflicted on them. That was a mouthful, but basically attrition, what it does is it will cause you to be able to defend more. Basically, you can't defend as well. So if you're the player character, what that means is when you're defending, you're going to be rolling with a -1 burden. And if it's the creature that has attrition, if they have, say, +1 attrition, then you're going to be rolling your attack roll with a +1 against that creature. In the event of a major injury, then you will, or the creature will roll on an injury effect. So if you get a major injury, you're rolling on the injury effect table. And if the creature gets a major injury, you're rolling for that creature on the injury effect table. You can also use vigor. Remember, you can only use a reaction once per round, but you can use your vigor as a reaction to reduce one major injury to a minor injury. So that's it. That's roughly combat in Choir of Flesh. I hope that was helpful. And in the next video, I will be talking about creatures and their stats. Until next time, thanks for watching.